What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a great day. And today we are going to be talking about how to set up your first fish tank if you're a beginner and you don't know really much about what you're doing. So we're going to go over some basic things. First off is like supplies you're going to need for your tank and stuff like that. And then we're going to go into like how to really maintain your tank good. What's beneficial to have in your tank. Should I do live plants? Should I do fake plants? Oh, but I'm scared to do live plants because am I going to have to maintain it a lot? So we're going to go into a bunch of different stuff like that too. Also, probably some different types of fish that you might want for your beginning tank. Some nice, easy fish that I have found to be pretty easy to take care of and stuff. So let's get right into it and make sure you like and subscribe. And let's do it. Alright, so let's get straight into it. How do I choose what tank size I start off with? So really it's going to be based on your opinion what tank size you want to start off with. But based on my opinions and how I've started and other information I've gotten from other people who have started the hobby way before me and have been, doing this stuff way longer than I have. It's always, I think, good to go a little bigger than you think. If you start off, say, with a 10-gallon tank and you've never done the fish keeping hobby before, it might be a little harder because you have a smaller space to work with, right? And your water parameters are going to be a little harder to keep up with within your small tank. Just because it's small, there's not as big of a water volume in there as, say, my 30-gallon or my 65 over there. So based on that, I would recommend probably starting off with at least a 20-gallon tank. It's a good size tank, right? It's 10 gallons smaller than this tank behind me, and you're going to be able to have some cool fish in there, and you're also going to be able to maintain it pretty easily. That being said, we are going to now talk about what you need other than your tank. So we decided that you're going to start off with a 20-gallon tank, right? So you're going to want a filter now. You're also going to want a heater and some substrate. And then your decoration and whatever you want else in there. But so based on what you're doing, kind of depends on the substrate you use. You could either go with some artificial, weird-looking substrate, if that's what you like, and if you want to go for kind of the cool fake look, I guess, and with the fake plants and stuff, you could do different substrate, right? If you want to go real plants, you could do a very beneficial substrate that will benefit your live plants and help them feed and grow off of the nutrients in that substrate. So there's your substrate. You can pick, there's so many different types of substrates out there, and I could do a whole different video on that if you want me to. Let me know in the comments below if you want a part 2 to this video or just, other stuff like that. But I would go research it, go look at different substrates based on what you're doing with your tank. Now with the filters there are so many different options with all sorts of different filters out there. So basically, I would say probably start off with a hang on the back filter like I got right there if it's your first tank. They're really easy to maintain and clean because every now and then you'll just have to replace a filter cartridge or something like that, right? So every now and then all the bacteria and stuff, it all builds on this stuff in here. I have a wheel, the wheel's spinning, all the beneficial bacteria is on that wheel and the filter cartridge in there, but all that gunk gets stuck on the filter cartridge and it'll cause it to clog up, and then you won't get as good of flow coming out. So you'll have to replace that filter cartridge every once in a while or clean it really good, put it back in there. Then once it clogs again, then you replace it. But so the hang on the back filters are really easy, and they do a great job on filtering. As you can see, my tank is completely clear here. So they're a very good option. Like I said, there are so many different options out there for how many people make these. There's just so many hang on the back filters. So I would recommend going and researching that and looking up and seeing which one fits you the best, depending on the tank size you choose. So that's there are a ton of different heaters out there, and you can choose from any one you want, really. Just make sure that your heater keeps up with your tank and that it maintains the temperature that the fish like in the tank. Like right now, my temperature is about 76, 78 degrees right now, and the fish are completely happy with it and they love it. Same with the plants love it too. Also, I forgot to say, make sure you get a good light too, because if you're doing real live plants, then you're gonna need a good light to be able to help them do like photosynthesis and stuff like that, right? So good light is always good. Make sure you have a good heater too, and then the filter and your tank. And now we can talk about some other stuff like, oh, should I go completely like artificial and like fake decorations, or should I make it look as realistic as possible? So here's my opinion. These fish, right, we get these fish from the wild. I mean, not necessarily, these ones are usually bred in captivity and stuff like that, but they come from the wild. So I say, try and make it look as natural as possible, right? Try and make it look like what it would have looked like if they grew up in a river or a stream back where they came from. So that's what I tried to do here. I tried to make it look as natural as possible, as like a riverbed or something like that. Granted, this was my first ever planted tank that I did, and it's not the best at all. And I plan on doing something amazing in my 65-gallon tank, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Click the bell to get notified when I post that video, because it's going to be coming up soon. It's going to be a fun one too. We're going to do a huge community tank. It's going to be awesome. So anyway, what's the benefits to doing a natural way like this, or if you do a artificial way, right? So let's talk about, if you go and decide to do the artificial route, right? And fake plants, and don't get me wrong, there are plenty of fake plants out there that look great. They look like just like the natural plants. They're just made of plastic, right? I mean, you could do an endless amount of things with the artificial stuff and plastic stuff. And some people, I've seen some tanks that do look pretty good with the plastic plants and decoration and stuff. But again, you don't get the benefits as you would for using live plants. For me, what I've noticed is that it actually helps regulate the oxygen in the tank too. So like, if your tank or your filter goes out for some reason, let's just say your filter goes out and you're not getting any air, right? No air is coming into your tank, and you're also not getting it filtered. So that's a big problem, right? For most tanks that have all these artificial stuff, it would just stop, and you'd probably lose a couple fish in that process. But for me, if my filter went out right now, the plants I have in here are giving oxygen to the fish, right? So that's really good. And then they also act like little mini filters, because they are constantly filtering and taking all that bad nutrients and turning it into like good nutrients for them, right? So it's really, there's an endless amount of benefits to them, and I can make a whole video on live plants and why you should choose those instead. But no, the natural live plants are amazing. And if you're wondering, but Gage, I don't really want to do them because it sounds like a lot of work, maintaining the plants and stuff like that, having to trim them or whatever, right? And yes, you have a point there, but does it really make it more work for you? Does it help you? I think it does. The reason why I say it helps you is because I don't really have to siphon all the poop and stuff out of my tanks. I got a cleanup crew too, so like all the extra food that goes on the bottom, all my bottom feeders come through and eat all that, right? And there's a way to where you can set it up to where you don't got to do anything to this tank besides maybe trim a few plant leaves every now and then, right? So in the case of having to trim and stuff, it really isn't a lot of work. You might have to trim every now and then once your plant leaves start dying off, and because then you'll have to trim them, so it's not applying all of its energy to that leaf that's dying. So other than that, though, live plants is the way to go for sure. That's my personal opinion, and let me know if you guys have a different opinion and if you think there's a different way or whatever. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Okay, so we talked about the filter. We talked about the light. We talked about the tank size. We talked about the heaters. We talked about the live plants. So far, we've talked about decoration. We've talked about the substrate. So what could you need? What more? What more do you need? Really, nothing. I will recommend the like a good test kit though, to make sure your pH is at a good level, and to also make sure that all your water parameters are good. There's a few other like products you could use to like put into your tank to make it more healthier for your fish and stuff like that. I would say API makes very good products for your tank, so I would go on to API, get some stuff that will help out your tank for sure. And I will probably be doing a part 2 to this video, so if I missed anything, let me know, and I will talk about it in the next video. Also, I think I was going to talk about some fish, so I will give you a few different types of fish that I think are awesome and great fish for you to start with in your like 20-gallon tank, right? Or your beginning tank. Just beginning fish that are good. So I'll give you a few of those fish, and then later on I will do a video on just like beginner fish in general, and I could do like top 10 fish for like 20 gallons, 30 gallons, 40 gallons, whatever you guys want, right? But let's say you're getting your new tank, right? You just got it all set up. I would say wait a week for it to completely cycle. I think my catfish just jumped out of the water. What the? No, I would wait like a week for the tank to finish cycling and stuff like that. Making sure it gets all the good beneficial bacteria it needs to sustain life like this. Once you wait and it's got all its bacteria and it's looking good, and you decide you want to go get fish now, I say, number 1, let's do guppies. Guppies are very good fish. They are beautiful, and they really are just really cool fish. They are very social, and they kind of swim around quite a bit. They're very energetic and fun to look at. So guppies is number 1. I would say mollies are number 2. I have 2 mollies in here if you guys can see them. Where are they? There's one in the back there, and I don't know where the other one is right now, but I used to have a bunch of mollies in here. If you've seen my previous videos, I ended up getting rid of most of them too. But mollies are great fish. They actually have a ton of babies too. So if you want babies, go with mollies. But they're very easy fish to take care of too. And then for number 3, if you want like a schooling fish, neon tetras are like a very good schooling fish, like small fish that are very easy to care for, and they're not as finicky as some of the other little tetras or schooling fish. Like rummy nose tetras, they are gorgeous, and I've had some experience with them before, and they can be a little more finicky, but they are a great fish too. But just saying, neon tetras, mollies, and guppies are probably some really good fish to start you off with. I would also get like a pleco or something, because plecos are amazing. I have two plecos in here. They are I don't know if you can see them. I'll probably show you guys a clip of my plecos eventually, but they're awesome. They're called bristlenose plecos. They only get about 6 inches, so and they do a wonder work on cleaning your tank. They will suck off all the algae on your tank and suck algae off of all your plants, and If there's any algae, they'll get it. So there's my preferences for some beginning fish for you. And right here actually is one of the bristlenose plecos. He's just going to town trying to get all that algae off the side for me, which I appreciate. And this is basically just my tank right now. Angelfish are amazing fish too. This is my female angelfish, and then this is my male. They are both awesome, and they have already laid eggs twice in this tank. But unfortunately, because it's a community tank, the eggs don't last too long. So eventually I'll try to take the eggs out and then maybe raise them up in a different tank I have out in my garage or something. But thank you guys so much for watching and for the support you guys have shown me. I hope you enjoyed the video and that it was helpful to you. Like I said, I'll be doing more videos on this subject for sure in the future. Let me know if I missed anything. And again, have a great day.